Next Saturday marks the 139th running of the Kentucky Derby. Some of the best jockeys in the world will be riding, and they include Rosie Napravnik. She has won more races this year than any other jockey. And correspondent Bob Simon talked with the 25-year-old sensation for this Sunday's 60 Minutes. We'll talk with Bob in just a minute if what's his name would get out of the shot there. We'll talk with Bob. Here's a preview of his piece.
When she breaks from the gate, jostled by other jockeys, Rosie gives as good as she gets in a sport that's long been dominated by men. It's close to a contact sport. Rosie is 5'2" and weighs in at little more than 110 pounds. Imagine the strength it takes to dominate that 1,000-pound beast cruising at more than 40 miles an hour. Just watch the rhythm as that yellow helmet moves. It takes focus, a fine touch, and an absolute absence of fear, something Rosie Napravnik has never known.
I don't ever really remember a time when I got really nervous.
Not even when you're on a horse that's going so fast?
No. That's when I'm most comfortable.
Most like yourself?
Absolutely.
Rosie's statistics are stunning.
It's pants on fire for Rosie Napravnik!
She's won more than 1,500 races since she started competing at the age of 17.
It's Bunny Rose and Rosie Napravnik.
This year, in addition to winning more races than any other jockey, she's finished first, second, or third nearly 60% of the time. Her sister Jazz, who trains horses, says it's all about style.
There's a special something she has that gets those horses to put in a little extra effort. And she has a special connection that no one can really put words to.
Bob Simon, good morning.
Morning.
So what makes this story so exciting for you?
I don't know from horses. I'm from the Bronx. I never saw a horse until I was like 25. A couple of years ago, 3 years ago, we did a story about a horse named Zenyatta.
Yeah.
And she was just gorgeous, best horse at the time. And I'd never seen such a magnificent beast. And also, she was very affectionate, loved kids, and just kept on winning. She couldn't stop winning. So I was sort of primed to do another horse story, and here came another female, but this wasn't a horse, it was a woman, and the best jockey in America today. So how can you beat that? We went right after her, and it's an amazing phenomenon. The world of horse racing has been stamped men only since the very beginning, and the very beginning of a couple of centuries ago. So the fact that a woman becomes the best jockey of a year is something just not only unusual, but unprecedented.
Yeah.
How many jockeys are women?
Not too many. The pioneer was a woman named B.J. Rubin. 30 years ago, she was sort of the Jackie Robinson of racing. She was the first one, and she wasn't greeted very nicely. In fact, other jockeys threatened to boycott a big race if she raced. She ended up racing in the Bahamas. But the chauvinism is still there. Our lady just keeps on saying that the guys in the stands are shouting, "Go back to the kitchen, have babies." You know, you don't belong here.
And team Rosie shows them what she can do. I'm definitely a member of Team Rosie. She shows them what she can do on her horse. But every woman I know, Bob, talks about their weight. Jockeys in particular are always concerned about their weight. Is weight an issue for her?
It's so enormous. She insists on staying at 113 on the dot. And she weighs, this is not a narcissistic woman, but she weighs herself. She counted off the times she weighs herself every day, but 15 times a day. She just never stops weighing herself, and she insists on being at 113. It's a lot worse than boxers.
Wow, I think I was 113 in 6th grade.
How good is she, Bob? How good is she? She's won these races, but I mean, she's extraordinary as a jockey compared to anybody.
Wow.
Well, yeah, and one of the theories going around, and she doesn't dispute this, is that women have a way with horses.
Yes, yeah, we were talking.
I believe that.
Not just with horses.
Well, I mean, the horses, let's face it, they're boys, and she's not.
Yeah.
So there is this thing going.
That's a big plus for a jockey.
Absolutely.
Right.
And listen, the women, let's say, I'll get accused of all sorts of things, but you people aren't as strong as boys.
You
So
people.
You people. So she doesn't, I mean, she
Oh, no,
does
Bob.
not have that strength.
Right.
And she makes up for it in some sort of communion with the horse.
Yeah.
The horse obeys her. She knows how to handle a horse. When she says move, the horses move.
I love this story. Thank you. Excited to
Yes.
see the full show this Sunday.